We have drone launches from 5 different directions tonight. So tonight could be active inside Ukraine. As you are well aware, Zhenya and I are out dropping aid. We've been doing it all day, running and gunning. A lot of kilometers covered today. We're very, very tired. And just a few hours of rest here, and then we'll be rolling tomorrow with some key aid drops, of which all of you guys have supported, and we're so grateful. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here, liking and subscribing and commenting and all of those things. All together, we're making a difference. Yesterday, I was able to get out a small update, and I talked about drone warfare and about the changes in drone warfare. And as I'm getting ready to lay down and get some rest tonight, it's interesting to me that some of the main stories that have unfolded 24 hours later once again are all about drone warfare. As we've been moving through and meeting with different people today and helping people, everything has been about drones, not about missiles, not about artillery, not about flanks and World War II styles or Vietnam styles of warfare, but everything about modern and tactical drone warfare. And what's interesting is President Donald Trump also making statements about that today that you need to hear. But before I get to that, I have a piece out of Italy that I actually can confirm because I have spoken to Ukrainian drone pilots. I've spoken to commanders and soldiers who have been saying the same thing that you're getting ready to see for weeks and weeks. And then at the end of the update, I want to share with you all a feel good story from Ukraine tonight as we're able to make somebody smile today. So thank you for everything that you do. Let's jump straight in. I want to start with this first drone warfare. Start with a story from Ukrainian pilots, and this is soldiers, this is experts. We're hearing it everywhere. And that is anything that is NATO supplied right now, drones coming to Ukraine, are coming and they are already obsolete and useless on the battlefield. And this is directly from Ukrainian Special Forces officer. His call sign is Typhoon. Major Sergei is his name. I'm sorry, Major Sergei from the Typhoon Battalion. He has admitted that Ukrainian troops are now teaching their Western allies. And this is very important to pay attention to because this is exactly what Donald Trump is going to say in just a moment. The realities they're being taught of modern aerial warfare. What Kyiv needs most, he stressed, is the money to buy advanced electronics on the open market. And here's what's interesting. Ukraine also reporting that actually the key winner in all of this drone warfare, this technology warfare, is not the United States. It's not Europe. It is the economy of China. He said Ukraine and Russia both are sourcing drone components from China. And in the end, at the end of the day, the biggest winner in this war right now is China because we are all buying from Beijing. And that comes on the heels today of information coming out of India. I know that's not China, but India has it has been confirmed that Modi has been refusing Donald Trump's phone calls. And there are reports that up to 4 times Modi has called. And you say, well, how does that connect? Because we see that India, China growing closer together with Russia. And we're talking about not only, the largest populated nation in the world, but mass consumption of resources and production. And India, also hubs of technology development. And of course, China. So we're seeing those components and those players on this global scene come to a head. Now, I want to move now to actually a couple of things that Donald Trump has said, and we need to hear them. First of all, he says this is a drone war. And with that, I actually can confirm it, even here directly from Ukraine. This is a drone war. It is not an F-16 war. It is not even, as sad as it is to say, a missile or a glide bomb war. It is a drone war. Majority of the damage done throughout Ukraine or done on the targets inside Russia are from drones. An overwhelming majority. I have been in certain places, even during this time here in Ukraine, where commanders and leaders of certain areas have told me point blank, the missiles are very inaccurate and they're not the source of devastation for our bases and for our infrastructure. It is the drones, the Shaheeds that swarm and come in and just overwhelm. So the world has never experienced this. And now I will tell you a sad point here is Donald Trump talking about Hegseth is studying it. So here you go. This is Donald Trump talking.
There has not been a war like this since the Second World War. This is the biggest thing that's happened in terms of warfare, wars. It's a whole new form of fighting. It's a drone fighting. It's a drone war. No, a drone war never existed before. And we're actually studying it from the standpoint of Pete Hegseth and everybody. We're studying it and studying it very carefully. This is a whole new form of war, but it's a violent war.
Now, I will tell you, I don't know about you, but I'm not so confident in Pete Hegseth studying drone warfare. It was an absolute embarrassment, whatever it was, 8 weeks ago when Hegseth went out in front of the Pentagon with those pathetic drones, and Ukraine and Russia both laughed at him. So now that is the one responsible for studying drone warfare and learning from it. So if the United States wants to learn from drone warfare, just an honest question for everybody to evaluate, and actually look forward to your comment when I wake up tomorrow and read them and try to reply as I can. Does the United States want this war to end? I don't know the answer to that. I hope yes, and I hope the United States does everything within its power. But when you begin to hear this is a new war, this is a drone war, we're studying, we're learning from it. It at least causes you to wonder. Now we go to the second statement where Trump says we're not funding Ukraine anymore, but what we're actually doing is we are selling weapons and we're making millions and soon to be billions. And I want the war to end, but we're selling missiles. So here you go.
And the difference is they didn't pay the 2 and they paid the 5. So, and as you know, we are selling a tremendous amount of equipment to NATO. We're not spending any money, we're making money, but I don't want to talk about making. I want to talk about we're no longer involved with funding Ukraine, but we are involved with trying to stop the war or the killing in Ukraine. So we're selling missiles and military equipment, millions and millions, and ultimately billions of dollars to the NATO people, where I'm very friendly and we have a great relationship, but that was an amazing trip. So they're funding the entire war. We're not funding anything. I think it's an important point to make because a lot of people don't understand that.
So there you have it. He's saying we are not funding this war. And what's interesting is, it would have been a great opportunity for, excuse me, but I'm just on the road. Sorry for all of this. But it would have been a great opportunity for him to say, we're not funding the war. We want to end the war. And I understand Ukraine has to be strong. Ukraine needs weapons. Ukraine needs everything. But that rhetoric could be different. We're not funding the war. We're trying to end the war, but we will arm Ukraine to the teeth to help them stand for freedom. That's more of what I would have loved to hear. And once again, it's all about this war that is unfolding, and it's really catching. And as I'm talking to more and more Ukrainians, it's catching the world by surprise. They do not understand the power of the drone. So we will learn, we will stand, we're working together, and we will see what unfolds next. Now, as I'm closing out tonight, I want to move to a feel-good story here for you guys. I think I can do it this way. Click that button, and we have great supporters of Ukraine out of Canada, Mark and Elena Biscu, and I can call their name because it's publicly known through ATP Geopolitics, through my channel, through others that support Ukraine massively. And anytime I'm near Elena's mom and dad, I try to stop in, give them a piece of candy, give them a hug, or have a dinner with them. They live in a very difficult area. And Elena and Mark know this. It's becoming more difficult by the day, once again, due to drones. I was able to stop by for just a moment, and hopefully, as we close out this video, this will give everybody a reason to smile. Okay, this one is for Mark and Elena. There's Zhenya over there. We're having tea. And how's the tea? And the chocolate?
Good.
Good. We're here, and really, these are Ukrainian folks whose family lives in Canada, and we always do our best to stop by and say hello for them. So, привет.
Привет.
And Daddy's over here. Daddy's over here. So we just stopped by, and guys, this is what we do. Zhenya and myself, we have so many friends all over this entire country, and we just love to be able to stop by, surprise them. We bought them some chocolates and some tea, and just say hello. Let people in a war zone feel normal. And yes, we surprised them on purpose so they wouldn't make a big dinner for us. So we just knocked on the door and came in and said hello. So, Mark and Elena, thank you for everything you do to support Ukraine. Mama is good, Papa's better. Mama хорошо, Papa лучше.
Папа лучше.
Duh. Thank you guys. Welcome to Ukraine. So there you have it, guys. It's a feel-good story. And I know you're already going to be dropping the comments on me. Greg, you cannot show that man sitting there without his shirt on. Actually, in that situation, I would understand your comment, but he gave me full permission. He says, oh, yeah, no problem. Put me on video. I'm strong man. No shirt needed. So a little bit of Ukrainian character there. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all that you do. Going to get some rest. Another big day tomorrow, and lots unfolding. Be thinking about Ukraine tonight. Those drones are and have been launched from 5 directions, and hopefully everything will be okay. So be blessed, and we'll be back at you very soon.